Is my voice audible? Right. So I'll be starting with the thing called aptitude and foundational values of civil services: integrity, impartiality, non-partisanship, objectivity, dedication to public service, empathy, tolerance, and compassion towards weaker sections. Again, no need to write technical definitions, write very simply, okay? Aptitude and foundational values of civil service: integrity, impartiality, non-partisanship. So here, what you have to remember is, what is integrity, what is the difference between impartiality, non-partisanship, exactly what they are, what is objectivity and what is subjectivity. There are two terms, right? And then empathy, tolerance, and compassion, what is the difference between them? That is the thing that you have to understand. Once you understand that, it is going to be a bit easy, right? Now let's look at aptitude itself. Now aptitude is the competency to perform a new task or to learn a new skill. It is the ability or the competence to perform a new task or to learn a new skill. It is natural and is not just learned, right? It is, every person carries some aptitude inherently, right? It is developed from childhood. A person having aptitude for music will learn it faster than the others. Same is true for the fields like painting and acting, right? Aptitude is the competency to perform a new task or to learn a new skill. Aptitude refers to the presence of natural potential of an individual to acquire a skill after training, right? It is different from interest because it includes a mere inclination towards a particular activity. Hence, mere presence of interest may not lead to success in a given field. Now, there is difference between interest and there is difference between aptitude. Interest is just like a mere inclination towards a particular activity. Aptitude is going beyond it. How your interest, you are going to cultivate it in the real life. That is called aptitude. So just remember any one thing. Understand what is the meaning of this aptitude. After your training, how you are going to acquire a skill. That is called aptitude. And it is a natural potential. That is important. Naturally, people will be having some aptitude. Like if you are from a music family, you will have that aptitude to go and cultivate that music. If you are from some politician's family, you will have the aptitude to go and give some speeches, right? So it is like a natural potential which can be cultivated over a period of time in your life. And after getting some training, that skill will be boosted. With regard to some civil services, there are some basic aptitudes which are required to dispose their work in an effective manner. So they have given this: keep people first, strategic thinking, organizational awareness, commitment to the organization, leading others, prudence, self-confidence. So they say that these are the basic aptitudes which are required to dispose their work, right? At least remember this: strategic thinking is one of the objective. Organizational awareness, you should know how the organization is created, right? And then commitment to the organization, leading others, prudence. Know at least two things, because here organizational awareness is very important for a civil servant, which can help him in resolving many dilemmas, and strategic thinking is very important. So this is called aptitude. No need to remember all this. I have written just when I was writing it. Now we'll just go to foundational values directly. So what is aptitude? Aptitude is different from your interest in a way that interest is just an inclination. Aptitude is the potential, natural potential to learn something, right? That is the thing you remember, and give some examples that I have said. Now, foundational values of a civil service. foundational values. I said values are the evaluating standards of human conduct, right? What are those evaluative standards of a civil servant in his civil services? Values, if you know the meaning, evaluative standards. We discussed this. Whether to say whether an action is correct or wrong, what is the standard? That is called value. Now, foundational values are whether a person has did correctly or wrong. Then these are the things to say. Integrity is one value. Impartiality, non-partisanship, objectivity, dedication to public service, empathy, tolerance, compassion towards weaker sections. Now, see, before that, I said, what are public service values? They are the principles and values which guide the judgment and help civil servant to take decisions in public life. Whenever you come across the term values, they are used in judging or evaluating and helping a person to take a decisions in public life. They are essential to work in public life. A civil servant with strong service values cannot be pressurized easily. He is incorruptible and dutiful. Strong value system helps in transparent functioning. These are like advantages. Strong value system helps in transparent functioning, equitable resource distribution, respect for diversity, etc. So just remember, public service values are those values which are helpful in evaluating an action or decision of a public servant. Civil service values, there was one committee called Nolan Committee, which was set up by the Britain, right? Which has inquired into standards of public life and government functioning in Britain. So this is the first person who has given certain standards for evaluating whether civil services has done a good thing or civil servants has done a good thing or bad thing. In that, he has given 7 principles. Remember that 7 principles. There is a chance of asking a direct question. Write about the Nolan Committee's recommendations on civil service values: honesty, accountability, leadership, transparency, objectivity, integrity, and selflessness. Right? Just remember this. Try to remember directly: honesty, accountability, leadership, openness and transparency, objectivity, integrity, and selflessness. Now, what is honesty? It is an act of being truthful in one's conduct. Be truthful in one's conduct and speech. A synchronization between the speech and the conduct is called honesty. Whatever you say, follow it in your life, whether that is private life or whether it is public life, then that is called honesty. So that is the simple meaning. A synchronization between your speech, thoughts, speech, and actions. This is called honesty. Gandhiji says, whatever you think, you speak. Whatever you speak, you stand for that, right? So you can just remember this. Sardar Patel used to say that civil servant should not be a yes man. Then only they can ensure that there is some honesty in them. You know, what does this mean? Never say yes for a politician or never say yes for a political executive who is at the top. Sardar Patel has said this in the context saying that if a civil servant is always saying yes to the boss, then it means that he is expecting something in return. So civil servants should be ready to say no at times. Then only the system can be functioning very properly. That was the view of this man called Sardar Patel. Just to remember this, I have given. Now, TSA, honesty. Honesty means, just remember, thoughts, speech, and actions. They should synchronize together. I want my secretary to say no to what I say yes, as he is free to say no. That is Sardar Patel's statements. I said in one statement he has said. Now, courage of conviction. Use this term, very important. Courage of conviction. It is the courage to take right decision and to stand by its consequences. Take right decision and stand by its consequences. Right? In order to build that honesty, you should have courage of conviction. That is very important. You have to have the courage to speak the truth, to speak what is revolving in your brain, right? But also to take the right decision. Honesty, that is courage. Courage is very important. Otherwise, honesty is not possible in any woman's life. That is the principle of Nishkama Karma in Gita. Don't think about the result, just do your work. Whatever is right, do it. Removing road encroachment requires requires courage of conviction of civil servants. Removing of or introduction of OBC reservation despite there was a protest. Abolition of privy purses by Indira Gandhi. This shows that they are very courage, right? Next one is sympathy, empathy, compassion. Look at this. Integrity, impartiality, non-partisanship. Let me go to integrity first. Integrity. It reflects the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Now you understood what is honesty, right? Honesty is synchronization of your thoughts, speech, and actions. This is called honesty. Now, integrity is not just honesty, it is somewhat greater than honesty. For honesty, I said you should have courage, right? Now, along with honesty, if you are adding some more strong moral principles, then that becomes your integrity. Integrity means it is an integer or addition of many moral principles in which honesty is one part. Now, honesty and having some moral principles, it reflects adherence to ethical code with incorruptible virtues, uprightness, and honesty. So, along with honesty, you should have these things. That is called uprightness, virtues, right? These are the things which makes a person to be very integral. So, whenever you come across the term integrity, it is addition. In addition to honesty, you should have all the moral values and ethical code in your behavior. So, just remember, honesty plus ethical code, which includes all these virtues, uprightness, honesty. So, that is called integrity. If you look, honesty is this, integrity is the bigger term. Then there is one thing called probity. This is the outer stage, right? Honesty, integrity, and probity. This is the relationship. As per Ministry of Personal, integrity is defined as, remember this term, consistency, behaves in an open, fair, and transparent manner, honors one's commitment, and works to uphold public service values. By heart this, because this is given by Government of India. You see, it is consistently behaving in an open and fair manner, honors one's commitments, and works to uphold public service values. That is called integrity. Now, you can just draw this type of diagrams to substantiate. What are the examples? Kautilya used separate lamps for official work and personal work. He didn't want to be use government oil and personal work. Okay, that is fine. Now, honesty versus integrity. Honesty is a subset of integrity. That is what I am saying. Integrity is being honest along with strong moral and ethical code. Honesty is honest act need not be an act of integrity. For example, to do cheating in exam and admitting to teacher is being honest, but such a person lacks integrity. Look at this example. Integrity is not cheating in the exam. Honesty is cheating and accepting in the exam, accepting before the teacher that I have cheated. So integrity is in the first place, you don't do anything wrong, right? That is called integrity. Honesty means, yes, we'll do wrong, and then we will apologize for it, saying sorry, right? Group of thieves may be highly honest with each other, but their acts of committing robbery are unethical. Are you understanding the difference now? Look. Next one is, this is called integrity, honesty. I hope you understood the difference between that. And then Just go with simple definitions. That is what I'm saying. Go with simple definitions. Integrity is something which is which you are following, code of conduct which you will be following in all your actions. That is honesty plus code of ethical conduct. Now, let me go to the second thing, that is called impartiality and nonpartisanship. Though both appears to be same, impartiality is something which is related to individual favoritism. Both are relating to favoritism. Impartiality and nonpartisanship both speak about favoring someone. Now, to whom you are favoring, then that is the difference. If you are favoring an individual, right, then you call it as you are being impartial, right? If I am favoring morally, then that becomes impartial. But if I am favoring a particular group, then you say that it is partisanship. That group may be political group, that group may be religious group, whatever the group is there. Non-partisanship is a group phenomena. Just remember that non-partisanship is a group phenomena. To a group, I will be applying this. To an individual, I will be applying impartiality. How to remember? Impartiality starts with I, so it is individual, right? Non-partisanship, it is a group phenomena. What is objectivity? Objectivity is rationality. Use your rationality. How this is based on? Objectivity is taking any decision based on the rationality, that is based on the logic of how? By seeing the data, by seeing the facts, by seeing the truths of the case, right? Then you will get one objective decisions. Objectivity is taking any decisions based on the rationality, and this rationality can be cultivated through verifiable data, facts, and truths, right? Then only objectivity develops in a person. The opposite of objectivity is subjectivity. You will be taking decisions based on emotions rather than your rationality. You will be giving importance to your heart rather than brain here, right? That is the thing. So whenever you come across objectivity means taking a decision based on rationality or logic, which is backed by strong facts, backed by strong data, backed by strong truths, right? Empathy, tolerance, and compassion. Just remember, empathy is just feeling what others are feeling, right? Empathy. Sorry, there are three things, that is called sympathy, empathy, and compassion. Sympathy is by seeing the problem of others, we'll be feeling sorry. Feeling sorry for the others' problems is called sympathy, right? Ayyo, this is happening. If you say that term, then that is called sympathy. Remember, sympathy is the starting point of a human relation, or it is the lowest form of understanding others, right? There is one more term called apathy. Apathy means being indifferent. Apathy means I am being indifferent. If you are going on if you are going for an interview in UPSC board, if there is one person who has met with an accident, if you leave him and if you go and attend the UPSC interview, then this shows that you are apathetic towards the suffering of others. The society is based on this apathy, right? So apathy means you are being indifferent. చలనం లేకుండా ఉండడం ఏదైతే అదైందిలే అనేసి. That is called apathy. Apathy means showing indifference towards a particular activity which is happening around you. You are very apathetic towards government corruption. You are very apathetic, or we are very apathetic to the environmental destruction, right? So this happens. This is called apathy. We will be not concerned with something at all. Now, If you start concerning about a particular object or a particular person or a particular activity, then that concern varies from one level to another level. The starting point of that concern is called sympathy. Next comes your empathy, and then next comes your compassion. So, sympathy is the below this is apathy. Apathy is you are not